I'm Kylie Cooper, the editorial director of the Bend magazine. Every year, we dedicate one of our issues to the women of the Coastal Bend to share their stories and shed light on the incredible work they're doing in our community. The Coastal Bend is filled with so many incredible women who are trailblazing the path for others to follow. Today, you'll meet 6 different women. The power they each hold within themselves is unstoppable, unbeatable, and unfathomable. Without further ado, welcome to Her 2020. Elena, tell me in your own words, what does being a woman mean to you?
Being a woman means to me now, at this age, means someone that is creating opportunities for themselves. 20-year-old Elena is completely different. So 41-year-old Elena is a badass.
Being a woman is about being my authentic self, having the courage and the strength to push through no matter the challenge, even if it means fighting for justice for others or just helping someone in need.
So embracing your womanhood, helping other women succeed, and then training them and teaching them and mentoring them. When high tide, all ships sail.
Tell me about the importance of people seeing women in leadership roles.
I think the more women there are in leadership roles, the more girls will see themselves in similar roles. The more prevalent it becomes, the more likely we are to see other girls envision themselves in a similar role.
I don't see myself as a leader. I see myself as a cheerleader. That's why I started what I do, just because there was no opportunity.
Is being a cheerleader for the community kind of like the why behind what you do?
100%.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason.
Who is your hero or someone that you hope to emulate?
Nobody glamorous or very well known. My mother. My mother, my aunts, they were born in the 1800s, but they didn't know it. They were beyond their years.
Yeah.
I had an aunt that ran, was elected, and served as a congresswoman, and she was in her 80s, and nobody knew that.
Oh my gosh.
This woman knew no limits.
Probably my late mother. She was somebody that just was a go-getter, full of confidence, and she really, really loved me, and she never hesitated saying that, and she believed so much in the things that I was going to do.
You know, we've come a long ways, but we have so far to go. Just this year, you know, we've made 100 years for women being able to vote, but we still have a lot of firsts that we're still doing, unfortunately. If we don't have women in leadership roles, where do we stand to the next generation? Right now, we need to see that it's possible, and seeing those women in leadership shows us it's possible.
What inspires you?
My family, but also helping people succeed, helping people reach their full potential, whether it's a staff person or a friend or a client.
I hope that young girls out there are watching not only me, but the women before me that have paved the way of creating opportunities and starting their own businesses. I hope that inspiration is coming to them.
You have a very just bold, vivid presence.
I feel like I'm a box of crayons, just like walking, you know?
What advice would you give to young women who are just starting to see their potential?
Form an action plan. Like actually visualize what you want to accomplish in your head. Set a goal, set yourself a timeline. Don't just leave it open. Like you need to put a deadline. Keep adapting and modifying. So for people who are just starting out, visualize what you want to accomplish, write it down, and then go do it.
You know, fear is something that we all experience when a door opens and we are invited to step through that door.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I think fear sets people up for failure more than lack of talent. because it's really not about how talented you are. You'll learn stuff, you'll get better the more you do it. That's just how it is. Anything you do, you will get better the more you do it. It's when you start to see failure and you're like, oh, then I can't do this because I'm not great at it. That's when you fail, when you stop trying.
My advice will be, don't look at the fear. Look at the possibilities. Don't ever let fear stop you from being and becoming what you can be.
Lately, there's been this trend of women kind of coming together and supporting each other, and that's been a really interesting shift. Instead of kind of, there's only so many spots for us, so we're gonna compete for these spots. They're lifting each other up and embracing, if I help you reach your goals, then I'm gonna get to my goals. I think that's the most empowering thing about women, that we can kind of lift each other up.
If you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Fearless.
Strong-willed.
Candid.
Compassionate.
Chingona.
I will describe myself as, it's not about me.
Hi, I'm Biby Dykema. I'm honored to be the 2020 HER keynote speaker. I went through public school in Corpus Christi and then went on to the University of Texas to study architecture. When I got there, I realized out of my class of 80, there were 2 females, and I, of course, was one of them. Was I daunted? No. Was I kind of shocked? Yes. Did I work harder? Probably, to prove myself. But anyway, I graduated, top of my class, and then moved back to Corpus Christi to begin working as an architect. Now, practicing architecture in Corpus Christi 40 years ago, I was the first female architect. But also, I felt that it was an advantage because everyone knew me. There were a lot of men out there, and I was the female. So, yes, I worked harder to prove myself, but it allowed me to be me, and I had confidence in myself. Had you asked me 40 years ago if I was going to be an architect and then I was going to have a jewelry business and I was going to take these tangents, I wouldn't have said no, I can't imagine, but I would have said, why not? What I take away from this, and I hope that you will take away from this as women, have confidence in yourself. Don't let someone tell you you can't do something. Life isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is your chance. So go for it. Be fearless. Have confidence in yourself. Don't let other people tell you you can't do something, because that confidence is what will carry you a long way, besides hard work.